Hey, what's up guys, it's Blood here, and today we're doing something a little bit different, and it's a review on the Astro A10s, which have came out recently. It's been maybe a month or two. This is the box. I got the blue edition. It's pretty cool. It comes in a few different colors. So far I've been really liking this headset. So far I don't really have too many complaints, but I will get into a couple problems that I have. Now this particular headset, it's pretty nice. I like the design on it. It's Astro's. So far, these headsets have been pretty great. I've enjoyed them a lot, and I've came up with plenty of pros and plenty of negatives that I have with this particular headset. And keep in mind, I've only used them for about 3 weeks now, but I've enjoyed just about every single time of it, except for like the first couple days, because you gotta wear them in and get used to it. So first off, the price is the main selling point on this particular headset. It's very cheap, especially for Astros. They're usually high-end headsets, but this one is the first budget headset from Astro, and they did a very good job. Only coming in around $60 in the US, making it a very, very good headset in its price range. Both the mic and the in-game sound that you get in your headset sounds very good and very similar to the A40s. You can also upgrade in the future and get the potential of surround sound on this headset. The headset also cuts out a lot of noise outside of the headset. You can still hear yourself, but it's going to be very muffled compared to most headsets, I guess. There's also a removable 3.5mm jack, which means if you have a mic stand, you would not need to have a wire hanging down your mic stand, which makes the headset, first of all, look a lot better if it's on the mic stand, and more of a floating appearance. This headset is very durable and very unlikely to break, and it stretches quite far, so unless you're a sumo wrestler, I'm pretty sure this will probably fit your head. And the durability so far looks pretty good. It's made out of some metal, has a metal, what would that be, like a little metal strip in there. So for the most part, you're good. And then there's also measurements on the side, so you should never lose what height you're using if you're going to use this with somebody else, maybe particularly. And yes, like I said, the durability is very good on this headset, and it's very unlikely to break, unlike my old pair of Turtle Beaches. Phenomenal headset, Turtle Beach. Phenomenal. The Astro A10s have a flip to mute mic. So you're talking here, now you're muted. Perfect. Now you won't get caught when you're wanking in game chat. Perfect. Perfect system. Thanks, Astro. I appreciate that. The mic is also made out of rubber, so you can pretty much twist and turn it any direction you want. Sort of. Mainly, just back and forth. So now I'm going to give you a short mic test using this headset. It's going to be on PC, so it might sound a little bit different if you're using it on a Xbox or a PlayStation. But this is going to be the closest representation that I can do as of right now. As you can tell, the Astro A10s, they sound pretty good for a gaming headset. I don't think you should be doing gaming commentaries or any type of videos for YouTube with this particular headset. I think if you're going to do that, you should just go with a more expensive condenser microphone. But for gaming, this is a pretty good headset, and the mic is very solid. I think anybody who gets this is going to be really happy with it. The Astro A10s will work for pretty much anything, any platform that supports a 3.5mm jack. However, if you are using a Gen 1 controller from Xbox, you would need to get an adapter of such, so you could plug it into the adapter, then plug it into the controller. If you have a Gen 2 controller, it'll just plug right into the nice 3.5mm jack that they put in after a year of people bitching about it. So yeah, that's pretty helpful too. And you can hear yourself talk through that as well if you have a Gen 2 controller. If you're going to use this headset on a PC, you would need to have a splitter so you can split the audio and the mic into your audio card. The headset also comes in red, blue, and green. 3 colors, no difference, just the color. Literally, that's the only difference. That's why I got blue. It matches my setup a lot better than green would, even though I use Xbox. And last for the pros is the design of the headset. I think the design on this headset is very sleek, modern, and looks very nice and catchy to the eyes. And they did a pretty good job at it, I think. However, design is very subjective, and I know not everybody's going to agree on that. So for me, I think it deserves to be on the pro list, but some, it might be a con. Now for the few cons that could really be the selling point for some people. The A10s are not the most comfortable headset on the market in its price range. However, it's not the worst either. They definitely put price over comfort on this headset. If you have a big head or large ears, this might not be the most comfortable headset that you'll use, as it has a 40mm driver, and for me in particular, my ears are just way too big for the ear cup, and it just barely fits in, and it's a very small ear cup. 40 is not very large at all, so for some people, it might actually be an on-ear type of thing, which is very uncomfortable. And lastly, the largest con that I have for this headset is the top padding. This particular padding is just not enough. I don't know what they were thinking when they did this, but that is not enough. That is so uncomfortable when you put it on. It's almost like you're literally putting plastic on top of your head, and that's the only padding that you get. There's just not enough there. And it's like, it really, if they just put a little bit more padding on this headset, on the top at least, this could have been so much more comfortable, and I don't know why they didn't. But that is my biggest complaint on this headset. Everything else I think is really good, and I definitely recommend it to anybody looking for a cheap headset with decent sound. Also, for one more con, I kind of forgot to record it, but the particular wire that you get with this headset, yes, I'm recording with this headset right now, but the wire is insanely long. Like, this is only about half of it. Way too long of a wire, Astro. Way too long. This is really, really bad. Like, half of it would have been fine. Half of the amount of wire that they gave us would have been fine. So yes, I definitely recommend this headset to anybody looking for one in this price range. And anyways, guys, I appreciate you all for watching, and see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.